Some great socializing and networking during the quick break we had. If we could get everybody to come join us and grab a seat, we'll get started with the next session. So, as has been mentioned multiple times during this morning's sessions, international partnerships are going to be crucial to the Genesis mission. And we already have our first one, and that's the highlight of today's fireside chat with Ambassador Yamada. It's going to give us an overview of the global impact and highlight the importance of this international support. Dr. Harriet Kung and Ambassador Yamada will discuss the importance of the partnerships ahead. Ambassador Yamada is a longtime servant of the Japanese Ministry of Foreign Affairs, serving since 1989. He has been ambassador to the United States since December of 2023. Japan is the first international partner to join the Genesis mission, and we're very honored to have him here with us today. Joining him in conversation is Dr. Harriet Kung. Harriet serves as Deputy Director of Science Programs for the Department of Energy, where she oversees the Office of Science's research programs across the physical sciences and champions team science initiatives to advance DOE priorities. Let's welcome Ambassador Yamada and Dr. Kung.
Great. Thank you, Father. Whoops. Good morning, everyone. It's a great honor for me to introduce His Excellency Ambassador Yamada from Japan to the Genesis Mission Summit today. Ambassador Yamada, we met last time at Director Crasio's meeting at the White House when we celebrated Japan to be the first international partners for the Genesis mission. To me, this is truly a historical strategic partnership with $1 billion of investment jointly by these two countries. This reflects one of the most significant S&T collaborations between our two countries. And I'm especially delighted to see that the Genesis mission bringing the world's two greatest scientific powers together to tackle very significant challenges, but also accelerate discovery and also being able to unlock breakthroughs that will really advance both our countries' future. So that actually leads me to the first question. Japan has long been synonymous as the world-class technological innovation. So as you look at Japan's strategic plan for AI, can you share with us some of your highest domestic priorities for our audience today?
Thank you, Harriet. First, let me say it is a great honor to be here at the Genesis Mission Summit. And we are very much proud of being the first international partner of the Genesis mission. And we are extremely excited about the future this partnership will bring to all of us. So Japan's strategy for AI, if I were to describe Japan's AI policy in one sentence, that would be that the AI is at the center, the real center of Japan's growth strategy. Prime Minister Takaichi, soon after she became the prime minister last year, established the Council for Japan's Growth Strategy. And that council recently identified 17 strategic areas that are essential for Japan's future economic growth and national security. And at the top of the list, top of the 17 strategic sectors, is AI and semiconductors. Prime Minister Takaichi believes that Japan must fully harness the power of AI in order for Japan to address serious challenges Japanese society faces, including demographic changes and labor shortages. And that Council for Japan's Growth Strategy further identified within the sector of AI and semiconductors, further identified physical AI as an area Japan should focus on. Physical AI, of course, connects AI with robotics and autonomous systems that interacts with the real world. And Japan thinks that we are especially well positioned to take a lead in that sector because of two unique advantages we have. One is the decades of global partnership and global leadership we enjoyed in robotics and precision manufacturing. And two is Japanese manufacturing industry, as well as healthcare, logistics, and service industries. They have accumulated enormous amount of data, high quality, real life operational data. And that kind of on-the-ground data is indispensable for training the next generation of physical AI. So both from our domestic needs to address our social challenges, as well as because of the comparative, in a way, advantages we have, the AI, especially physical AI, has become one of the highest priority areas for Japan. But more broadly, we realize that AI is transforming the entire spectrum of scientific research, from generating hypotheses or running models to designing experiments or analyzing data. So with the realization of this transformative role of AI in science, Japanese government also launched AI for Science initiative to drive scientific innovation and discovery through use of AI. So in that sense, that Japan's AI for Science initiative and this Genesis mission is a perfect match. So it is quite natural that Japan, especially with a long history of scientific cooperation between Japan and the United States, and also shared long-term strategic interests, it is quite natural that Japan became the first international partner of the Genesis mission. And we are very much looking forward to accelerating our joint projects in cutting-edge science and technology, including quantum, biotechnology, fusion energy, and new materials. So we are, as I said, very much excited about the future this partnership will bring to all of us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ambassador Yamada, for your very informative, also enlightening responses. We're especially struck by what you outlined as the strengths of Japan that can bring to this US-Japan partnership. Many of you actually may not know, as Connor has alluded to that Ambassador Yamada has been a long-time diplomat for the Japanese Foreign Affairs Ministry, and he has held very senior diplomatic positions in East Asia, London, also North America. So the next question is really from your diplomatic perspective. How does the Genesis mission partnership, especially you alluded to some of the high priority areas from quantum to bio to fusion, how do you see the Genesis mission partnership between Japan and the US help secure the leadership of both countries on the global stage?
Yes, but before talking about those technologies, let me take the advantage of this occasion to emphasize one, I think, very important point. That is trust. And I believe Japan was chosen to be the first international partner of the Genesis mission, not only because of our scientific and technological capabilities, but also, and I think more importantly, because of the strong sense of trust that exists between Japan and the United States. You mentioned my diplomatic experience and perspectives. So as a diplomat, I can say with confidence that today's Japan-US relationship is stronger than ever. We are steadfast security allies, but we are also very strong economic partners. Yesterday, Commerce Department announced sets of statistics which confirmed that Japan has been the largest foreign investor into the United States for 7 consecutive years. So we are not only strong allies, but also strong economic partners. And we are also close collaborators in economic security and advanced technologies. So as the global competition in emerging technologies intensifies, the greatest advantages we have is that we innovate together as trusted allies who share common values, common visions, and who share long-term strategic interests. And that is exactly what Japan's participation in the Genesis mission represents. We are building a framework to bring together the very best of our scientific communities and innovation ecosystems. And we are generating scientific discoveries and innovation that benefits people both in Japan and the United States, while strengthening our long-term economic competitiveness and also building a future which reflects our shared values and principles. So and you talked about, so going to technologies, there are quite a few already ongoing technological cooperation between Japan and the United States. And this partnership will accelerate those ongoing cooperations and will also accelerate the future joint projects going forward. And ongoing projects include partnerships among Argonne national laboratories with Japan's RIKEN, NVIDIA, and Fujitsu. They are working on AI and high-performance computing. And Oak Ridge National Laboratory is also working with RIKEN, and this time on quantum computing systems. And Oak Ridge is also working with Japan's fusion startup called Kyoto Fusioneering in building new experimental cutting-edge fusion energy infrastructure in this country. So by bringing together the strength of our countries, I'm sure this partnership will play an indispensable role in building our technological leadership on the global stage. But as a diplomat, let me also add one more diplomatic perspective, which is I believe it is incumbent upon us to also work closely together, not only on the advancement of technology, but also shaping the next generation of technical standards. Next generation of technical standards that reflects our shared values and principles, and that benefits both Japanese people as well as the American people and the wider international community. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that really informative, also inspiring response. I especially would like to echo the sense of trust. I cannot overstate how much we really value Japan as our critical allies, but also trusted partners. And I think a lot of it is, from a scientist myself, really grew out of our rich history of decades-long S&T collaboration from many of the physicists in the world, in the room, from particle physics, from computing that you have talked about, quantum, but also in large-scale facilities, X-ray neutron sources. But for some reason, I feel like the Genesis mission actually represents somewhat of a paradigm shift. And so from your perspective, how do you see the Genesis mission partnership between Japan and the US kind of shape the future trajectory of our two countries' S&T collaboration?
Yes, paradigm shift. I fully agree with that. Japan and the United States have enjoyed long history of scientific cooperation. And actually, Japan-US Science and Technology Cooperation Agreement dates back to 1980s. So Japanese researchers in Japan and the United States, we have built significant amount of records of close and successful collaborations. And that enabled Japan to be the first international partner of the Genesis mission. But this emergence of AI represents a genuine paradigm shift. And AI is transforming the way scientific discoveries and innovations take place. That means the way we cooperate, international cooperation on science, must also evolve. We have to move faster, and we have to make bold investments in order not to be left behind, but also to stay at the cutting edge of the emerging technologies. And with that understanding and with strong determination, Japan decided to join the Genesis mission. And Japan and the United States, as you said at the beginning, Japan and the United States each committed to invest $500 million in this Genesis mission over the next 5 years. And already 11 priority areas have been identified for our joint projects. But what is important about Japan's participation or the partnership with Genesis mission is it's not just allocating funds. It is creating a new ecosystem where we combine governments, national laboratories, universities, researchers, industries, and startups from both sides of the Pacific. And I think that is the real paradigm shift. Instead of collaborating projects by projects, we are building an enduring innovation partnerships that will generate scientific innovation and discovery, which benefit both our peoples and strengthening our alliance and ensuring that next generation of breakthrough discoveries will be achieved by us rather than others. So that is what the Genesis Mission Partnership, I think, represents.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I realize we're at time. So let's thank Ambassador Yamada for a wonderful fireside chat. Thank you. Thank you.